Hi, a few weeks ago we tested a light by BB&S and a C-stand by Matthews. We are going to do something similar today, but the other way around. We are going to start by taking a look at this combo light stand by Matthews, and then we're going to move on to look at a light by the Chinese company Lishui or LS. Before we take a closer look at this light stand, I want to share with you a number of products that arrived at our desk in the last week. Now the first one is going to be this A6500 cage from SmallRig, the Chinese manufacturer. We have a lot of their products, they're very good. Now we're going to look at this with the A6500. The A6500 is going to be our future camera for all of our videos. We're still waiting for a 35mm lens, so wait out for this one. The second product that we are going to look at comes in this beautifully made case. It is manufactured by the US company Intellitech, and it is a flexible LED light called the FL80. The third product that we are going to review here on Lensvid, and we received this week, is going to be the Letgo LED Fornell light LG D600. This is another lighting product that we received, and it's going to be very interesting to review it. It comes with all these accessories, including this interesting wireless remote control. The fourth and final product that we received for review this week comes from Syrup, the New Zealand-based manufacturer. We worked with them a couple of times in the past. We have reviewed the Syrup Genie Mini, which is a really useful product that we use all the time here on Lensvid. This time around we got the Syrup Magic Carpet. It's a slider. They have a couple of them. This version is a 60cm or 24-inch slider, so this is the smaller version. It's new. Now this version is not motorized, but you can use the Genie, the large Genie, to actually make it motorized. Today we will be taking a closer look at the Matthews Lowboy Double Riser Combo Stand. This is a straightforward product, so this is going to be a pretty short review. There are all sorts of light stands on the market, but the Matthews Lowboy belongs to the most robust pro-level stand group, and it can be used in a very similar capacity to a C-stand like the Matthews C-stand that we have reviewed here recently. It does have the advantage of folding to a much smaller size, which makes it more convenient to store and transport in our opinion, although it is exceptionally heavy, even more than most C-stands at about 15 kilograms or 33 pounds on our measurement, and the compact size makes it feel even more heavy and concentrated. The entire unit is made out of very robust steel. There are no plastic parts here, and it feels extremely well made. Although each of the sections have rubber gaskets to protect from falls, this is not air cushioned in any way, so keep this in mind when you work with this stand. Matthews were kind of surprised that we even suggested this on our previous C-stand review. We still think that this can be a great idea, although we realized that due to the very heavy nature of these risers, it might simply be too complex and expensive to add it to the stands. In terms of height, when folded, the Lowboy is about 90 centimeters or 35 inches, and when fully opened you can squeeze up to 2 meters or 78 inches depending on how much you are willing to pull the lower section of the legs. At least for our uses, so far the max height was more than enough, although you do need to remember that most C-stands go much higher than this at about 10 feet or 3.2 meters. There is a much taller 3-section version of this stand called the SkyHigh Combo Triple Riser, which goes up to an unbelievable height of 4.6 meters or 15 feet. It is more expensive though. On the top of the stand you can find a really useful spring-loaded baby pin and a 1 1/8-inch junior receptor for those really heavy pro lights. We only use the baby pin, and we love the retractable mechanism, which works well and prevents the stand from getting into other things when transporting it. One of the 3 legs of this stand has an interesting mechanism which allows it to be open and place the stand on an angle. This seems a bit odd to us until we realize that this is a rather strange version of the Rocky Mountain leg mechanism that you can find on many of Matthews C-stands that lets you place the stand on an even surface like a stair. From our test, this mechanism works much better on C-stands, and it will probably won't work at all with most stairs on this stand. If this feature is important for you, go for a C-stand. The knobs on the Lowboy are very well made, although just like with C-stands, they are all metallic and quite cold to the touch in cold weather, so if you're using this on a regular basis, we would suggest using gloves. One thing which was less than ideal, in our opinion, was that 2 of the knobs on the base were quite close. We would prefer it if Matthews would have found a more convenient way of placing them. So let's try and sum up this quick review. The Matthews Lowboy is probably the most robust compact light stand that we have ever worked with, and you will be hard pressed to find a sturdier base to hold your heavy lights. We also love the fact that it is much shorter than most regular C-stands. Besides a very heavy weight, which makes the unit a bit hard to travel with, and the somewhat cramped knobs, the only real drawback is the price. At close to $260, the Matthews Lowboy is more expensive than most of Matthews C-stands, which can go up higher and typically come with a grip arm and have a much more useful leg leveling system. With that said, if you're looking for a super heavy duty light stand which has a built-in junior receptor and can be folded to under 1 meter or 35 inches, the Lowboy will do a fantastic job. And if you can live without the junior receptor, Matthews also have a different version called the Hollywood Beefy Baby Stand, which is just a little larger when folded but is less expensive and goes up much higher. So this was our look at the Matthews combo stand. As always, you can read the full review on lensvid.com. Don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel. Next time we're going to take a look at this LS light. See you next time.